What was going through your head when you put that handcuff on?
Well, I put it on him.
Oh, you put it?
Yes.
Yeah, he went.
Oh.
But I wasn't thinking about how I would get them off.
Oh, shit. Well, that's okay.
Uh-oh.
Now you're double cup.
I didn't need to laugh.
Oh, my God.
Hey, Logan!
We need the
I wasn't kidding. Can we get the handcuff keys?
Shit.
Wait.
Hello everybody, I'm Brayden. Today we got Alex, Christian, and Hunter, same from the last pod, but we also got a special guest. We got Logan with us today. Say hi, Logan.
Hello, everybody.
And welcome back to another episode of the PodRats movie show. Alex, you want to hit us with some movie news for today?
Let's go.
Yeah, we have some absolute bangers today in terms of movie news. We're going to start with the hottest topic.
Let's go.
Flamin' Hot Cheetos movie director reveals challenges of making this new biopic. Flamin' Hot director Eva Longoria weighs in on the challenges of filming the Cheetos biopic and the important themes she's trying to get across.
When is this coming out?
You don't know?
I actually have no idea. I'm not sure if
You
it has a
haven't
release
heard?
date yet.
Also, why are we having a Hot Cheetos biopic?
What do you
So, okay,
Why not?
It's about the creator, Richard Montañez.
Oh,
Yeah, and his challenges making the Cheetos brand and
Yeah, I
building
think
it
it's
like
I
the
think it's
Empire
supposed to
is.
be like it documents him as a Mexican American and building Cheetos into what it is.
Mhm.
As memey as it sounds, I guess it does kind of make sense.
Do you think there's going to be a cheetah in it?
I
A
hope.
what?
The fucking...
Like a real life cheetah or
Yeah, like-
the mascot cheetah.
I mean,
what's his name?
Chester.
Chester the
Chester
cheetah.
Cheeto.
Oh, that's right.
Oh wait, Chester Cheetah.
Cheetah.
Chester the Cheeto.
All right, what's our next movie news?
So the next movie news we have, after Megan Fox wowed VMA viewers, she landed a killer new movie. So after her VMA appearance with Machine Gun Kelly wearing a see-through dress, I guess that's
We're
her
a
new-
fashion show now too.
Yeah, that's her claim to fame. Yeah, so she's appearing in Johnny and Clyde, an updated take on the famous Bonnie and Clyde story. And this version of the tale will depict its eponymous protagonists as serial killers who are madly in love and engaged in a crime spree.
Who is this?
Megan Fox.
This is Megan Fox.
Yep.
Over under on how bad that movie will be.
A banger, because
I'd
Megan
absolutely
Fox is
10 out of 10.
only in good movies.
Yeah, like Transformers.
Like
Yeah,
That
since-
was a banger, bro.
since
Come
when?
on.
All right, what's next on the movie news?
Man, we're going through them. So we have the
Hey, we got a lot
the
to go
10 of the
through.
best from the Toronto Film Festival. A personal favorite, Dune's on there.
Oh, yeah.
Chalky.
What's Dune on there? What's the rank?
June is Dune.
June.
Sorry. I'm not sure. I don't believe they rank them.
Oh, it's just the 10 best.
Yeah, it's just the 10 best movies.
Well, at least Dune's on
Yeah,
there.
I'm glad Dude made the top 10, honestly.
We have Power of the Dog on here too,
I'm
which
excited for that.
features Benedict Cumberbatch. That one looks like it'll be pretty good.
It's a Netflix movie.
Yeah, Netflix original. Spencer, The Hole in the Fence. A lot of these look like they are
The Humans.
A24. Yeah, I haven't seen this one, The Humans.
It's got a good cast. It's got Steven Yeun's in there.
Yeah. And don't forget Amy Schumer.
Oh yes, the acclaimed Amy
Yes,
Schumer.
the critically acclaimed.
Logan, what are your thoughts on?
Well, yeah,
Amy Schumer?
what are your thoughts on Amy Schumer?
Not funny. What?
That's a hot take, man.
You sure, bro?
Yes.
Okay. All right, just making sure. Just making sure.
You want to think about that a little harder?
No, I don't.
All right, so in our next movie news, Addison Rae signs a multi-movie deal with Netflix following He's All That debut.
This is the biggest
Oh,
news
now
yet.
that
fuck
is
yeah.
some good news.
Hey, I actually watched Tease All That the other night for the first time. Who's seen that, by the way? Just
Me.
Hunter?
Logan soon.
Logan.
Just Hunter and
seen it,
Logan?
yeah.
Okay. That's a really shitty movie, man.
Come
It
on.
was not
What?
good.
But it was enjoyable.
Bro, it has a TikTok star as the lead
Yes.
actress, It was good for that.
Exactly.
Come on.
And it was enjoyable for what it was.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. We got back from Copshop and me and Andy watched it, and we started it at midnight. And
I bet you stayed awake for that movie.
we did stay awake, bro.
Exactly.
Like, honestly, I was sitting there and I just didn't move for like 45 minutes. And Andy's like, "Man, you're really into this." She was like moving around the house, like cleaning some
Well,
stuff up,
yeah.
and I was like, I'm entertained right now. Like,
Exactly.
I'm hooked, but overall, I didn't really like
It's a
it. that much,
quality
but-
film with a quality breakout role.
Hey, props to
Miss
Addison Rae
Addison.
though. I mean, she
She
wasn't-
played
Some
herself.
quality sponsorships.
She hit a TikTok dance.
Yeah. You
that
have to.
dance off in that movie.
She sang Firework.
Oh my god, that was
Okay, her arm disappears. If anybody has seen a
I didn't-
video, her arm disappears in that scene with fireworks.
She made the croquembouche joke like 20
Oh
times.
my god. All right.
Hey, that the guy from Girl Meets World played that role very well though.
Was that the long-haired boy?
That was her ex-boyfriend,
Oh, yo, he was good.
right?
He was a bitch.
He was good. He was so much fun. Cause like his role was just so funny. Cause it was so stupid.
But he was so good at it.
Yes, but his role was like stupid on purpose. Yeah, that was quality.
I did enjoy
I also
that.
like how Addison Rae was supposed to be poor, but she lived in like $500,000 house, and
They
her
stole
mom was
that.
a nurse.
They stole that theme for something. She didn't live in a $500 house. She was faking it.
No, like from the street view, her house looked like it was probably $500,000.
No, that's just because everyone dropped her off. at
No,
the
I'm
rich
talking about the
house.
real.
Her actual
Yeah.
house.
Oh, okay.
Bro, if you're in LA, that's a $500,000.
Yeah, that's what I'm
house.
saying.
True. Yeah.
Hey man,
That
Probably like 1,200 square
bedroom,
feet.
Yeah, you're-
one bathroom.
you're slumming it in LA for $500,000.
I did like the end of that movie though because I forgot her friend's name, the one who was trying to win prom queen over her or something.
The
And they-
evil one.
And they ended up giving it to the
Rock's daughter.
the rock girl. Yeah, that was awesome.
That's the Rock's daughter?
No, Madison Pettis in that one movie.
Oh, yeah.
She had her
what's
head
it called?
shaved and
It's a game plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a throwback. This is a Disney movie.
Are you talking about Madison?
Yeah, Pettis.
Addison? Okay.
Yeah, Madison Pettis.
yeah, I hated Madison Pettis in that movie.
She was fine.
I didn't like her, dude.
See,
I wasn't
that-
supposed to like her,
Yeah,
so
I
I
was about to
guess
say, that just means she's playing her role
That's fine.
well.
That's fine. Maybe I did like this movie. I don't fucking know.
Right.
My favorite thing about the dude, and he's all that, was like from the very beginning when he's just a horse guy. Like he's very obviously just like a handsome TikTok guy that they dressed up in like
he a
an
TikToker?
edgy outfit. No, he's not even a TikToker,
Oh.
but he's got a fucking 8-pack
I know.
and he's got like beautiful
He took
hair.
out when they were in the dressing room. I was like,
Yeah, he's
Close
got
your
like
eyes,
perfect
Kaylee.
skin. Like they try to make him ugly, and you're like, bro, I know this guy's not ugly.
no, that man's pretty.
Well, since we're talking about this, you guys want to go ahead and review this? There's the three of us, and since we can go ahead and throw "He's All That" in the title
He's
since
All
we
That.
talked about it for so damn long.
An unplanned podcast of He's All That.
All right, so I'll start.
Yeah, you go ahead.
I'm gonna give "He's All That" a 35%.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have anything to say about it because I just said all I have to say about it. So I was gonna say a 35 as well.
All right, Logan, what do you got?
Out of 100?
Out of 100.
Come on. 45.
45. Okay.
It's gonna have a higher score than *Malignant*.
Yes, it is.
For the three of us who have seen this movie, that gives it a cheese meter score of a 38.33% for "He's All That," featuring Addison Rae. All right, do we have any more movie news?
Our movie takes
Do we have any more movie
are
news?
so great.
Oh man.
So that will conclude the movie news. Now we're on to what this podcast episode was really about, Cop Shop with Brayden, I think you want to read us the synopsis.
Yeah,
for this one?
so we'll go with the synopsis first. The Cop Shop, directed by Joe Carnahan. So here's the synopsis. Screaming through the Nevada desert in a bullet-ridden Crown Vic, wily con artist Teddy Moretto hatches a desperate plan to hide out from lethal hitman Bob Vidic. He sucker punches rookie officer Valerie Young to get himself arrested and locked up in a small-town police station. But jail can't protect Moretto for long, and Vidic soon schemes his own way into detention, biding his time in a nearby cell until he can complete his mission. When the arrival of a competing assassin ignites all-out mayhem, mounting threats force Vidic to get creative if he wants to finish the job and escape the explosive situation.
That was a long one.
I just read an essay.
Why is
Thanks, Brayden.
Why is it so long?
Logan hasn't seen this. Logan, you get a good...
Logan, does that help you
Does
out?
this help you want to, like...
Does that make
I
you
was
wanna
sitting
see the
here.
film?
I was sitting here trying to reread it to figure out what it was about
like
because that was a lot to take
How
in.
would you explain that movie to somebody who has not seen that movie?
All right. Well, like...
It sounds
Hold
interesting.
on. Let me get through the scores real quick before we go any further. So, if it has a Rotten Tomato critic score of 80%, an audience score of 72%, an IMDb score of 6.6, and the box office, this is up till September 18th. It's September 19th when we're recording this. It's 1.3 million worldwide.
It's not bad.
It's pretty bad,
It's
actually.
not bad. It's not as bad as I thought.
To be
it'd
fair, for the box office scores, as far as this weekend goes for movies, it's kind of loaded with not a bunch of blockbusters, but it is like loaded with a bunch of mid-tier movies that we'd expect like 10 or 20 million at the box office.
I mean, have you seen how many reviews it has on Letterboxd?
It's not very many.
No.
It's
very
like
many at all.
1,000.
Yeah, because there's Card Counter, there's Blue Bayou, there's Cry Macho, there's a couple other ones I think, and of course Malignant came out last weekend, and so it's still getting box office numbers.
Yeah, it has 2,000 confirmed views on Letterboxd.
Damn.
And what came out this week? Card Counter came out last week?
I think it came out this week.
Did it come out this week?
Blue Bayou and Cry Macho came out this week.
For reference, the Card Counter has 13,000
Oh.
Damn.
watches.
Oh, reviews. Okay. I was thinking of
Sorry.
box office. I was like, no, what the hell?
No, it's just I've never seen a movie that came out like when we went to see the day it came out, and it has that few reviews on Letterboxd.
I guess Shang-Chi won again this week, right? Shang-Chi.
I'm sure it did.
It'll win for the next 3 months
Yeah.
Well,
until
October. And
Yeah.
until October.
Yeah. All the
until
good movies
50
are coming
movies
out.
come out.
I mean,
Is that like the average of Letterboxd reviews for a new movie?
What?
Around 10,000.
Yeah, I
Or does
feel
it
like
just
unless it's
depend?
like a Marvel movie or something like that's like getting a lot of hype behind it, then like Malignant got a lot of hype around it just because it had so many ads. Because Malignant has 72,000.
Oh,
It came out
Reviews.
last weekend though.
Yeah,
but
it's a week
yeah.
old, but still.
That's still a lot.
But dual release on HBO Max,
true.
if you want to factor that in.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so given that it did so bad at box office, let's go into the initial thoughts here. What was y'all's initial thoughts, Hunter? On
Me?
Cop Shop?
You
Yeah.
want me to get started on the Cop Shop?
Because I know that you had a different opinion.
Yeah,
than
I'll
I
start.
had.
I'll start. So I literally knew nothing about Cop Shop going into it, which I was fine with that. I think it probably would have been worse if I knew what it was about. It was like an homage to old school cop movies, action movies, which is cute. But I mean, those aren't really my kind of movies to begin with. If you like those kinds of movies, then I'm sure you would like this. But I don't like old school action movies. I don't like the A-Team. Sorry.
Joe Carnahan directed A-Team.
Yes.
The new one, not the old TV show.
So, I mean, Cop Shop was fun for what it was. Like, action was fun. But also, I don't know if it was just because I saw it while I was tired, but I was bored for, like, more than 3/4 of this movie. So much so that I tried to go get popcorn in the middle of the movie. But they were closed, the concession stand. So I couldn't get the popcorn. But Gerard Butler is fine. in everything he's in. He was fine in this. But my big thing, too, was these characters, at least for me, were not likable. I literally did not like one of these characters. They were all boring. I had no idea what they were trying to do. I had no idea why they were doing the things they were doing. And I don't know if that was the point, but I don't know. For me, it didn't work very well. So that's my thoughts on Cop Shop.
Yeah, I'd kind of agree with a lot of the points you made. Like, I didn't think it was boring, but a lot of the characters, like my favorite character in this was Valerie, played by Alexis Louder. I thought she did a really good job of kind of carrying the movie. I mean, as much as you could, but it was just a very, like, action forward. And then Frank Grillo, I thought, did a great job. There's some drama we can talk about later. He disagrees. He thinks his performance was not portrayed as colorfully in the final edit. But I mean, it's hard not to like Gerard Butler, Frank Grillo, you know, kind of going at it on screen. But it was a very, like, I walked out of the theater, and I think we were talking about this today. I was trying to describe it to someone last night, and I just, like, I couldn't even remember what had happened in the movie.
Yeah.
It was, I mean, it was good for what it was, but it was just nothing.
It is something
special.
I will forget in a week.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. I think the best scenes in that movie were the scenes between Frank Grillo and Gerard Butler. Honestly, like when they're sitting in the cell talking.
Yeah, I think so too.
I feel like those were the best scenes.
We'll say Tony Lamb, or Anthony Lamb, however you want to call it, played by Toby Huss, was also one of my favorite characters.
That was the best role in this movie.
I agree.
That was a great
He
character.
was acting his ass off with what he was given. Truly.
He was funny as shit, man. Like, I feel like everything he did in that movie I laughed at.
And I believed that he was just a crazy person. Like, I believed that character.
He definitely had the best performance.
Yeah.
Brayden, you have any thoughts?
Yeah, first I want to read a review from Letterboxd that I agree 100% with.
Okay. Don't forget to credit this person.
This is
While we steal
Ian
the
Curran.
review.
He's a patron on Letterboxd.
Okay.
So he pays the big bucks. This, fuck. All right, don't worry about it.
You got
Cut
it.
it out. All right, so it goes, if Don Siegel's The Killers had a one-night stand with John Carpenter's Assault on Precinct 13 and the resulting offspring was raised by Shane Black and the child would be Cop Shop. And okay. Hold on.
Deep breaths. Gather
Deep breaths.
yourself.
We were talking about Malignant last week and how we hadn't seen a bunch of campy movies. This is a B-movie campy action flick.
Yeah.
And it's very reminiscent of... I've seen Assault on Precinct 13, directed by John Carpenter. And so the way that movie goes is some cops kill a gang, or a couple members of a gang in L.A., and then those members of that gang attack the police department, and the entire movie takes place within the police department, and the cops have to release the prisoners to help fight the gang. So you have that, like, moral judgment going on. A lot of what, like, happens in Cop Shop. But so it is like a homage, like how you were saying, but I feel like this movie is very derivative in what it's doing. None of it really, like, seems that original. And you guys were talking about the Gerard Butler and Frank Grillo scenes. That happens for, like, the first, I don't know if 2/3 is too long, but more than a third of the movie is a lot of what they're just talking, and it's kind of like I don't want to say philosophical back and forth because it wasn't really that deep, but that is a big problem in this movie for me, is that happens for way too long, and I just get bored with it.
That's why
None of it, I mean, it's okay if the movie's slow, and that does affect the pacing, is them just talking in the cells, but if it was interesting at all, I would have liked it a lot more, because I'm okay with having a movie that's slow. But by the time Anthony Lamb comes in, I'm already done with the movie. I don't care about it.
That was my problem.
And Anthony Lamb is both the best and the worst part of this movie for me. Because, yes, he's the most exciting. I don't care about his character. And I feel like he's there for a specific reason. And he's there so we have two morally gray characters. Well, they're bad characters, and Frank Grillo and Gerard Butler's characters. But they have to have a common goal, and it's to kill the very psycho Anthony Lamb. And he's exciting, and he does make the movie a bit more exciting. But, like, there's a scene when Anthony Lamb and Frank Grillo's character are in a bathroom, and he's just singing. It's, like, very, like, creepy, I guess, and he's kind of, like, stalking his character. But it's, like, it's stuff we've seen before.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't know, it just didn't feel very original for me. But, I don't know. If you're wanting to watch a movie with just for fun and it's just a dumb movie you don't have to think about, I think this movie is perfect because it has action, it has a lot of gore, but I don't know, it just doesn't really do it for me.
Yeah, I definitely I agree with what you're saying. Like, they make them morally gray, and then they portray Valerie as, like, you know, your typical do-good. Like, there were no real, like, moral issues with her, which I had a problem with, because, like, she's basically, like, just going with the flow the whole movie. There were no real, like, decisions she had to make. It was, like, do or die the whole time. You knew it was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
She's just a stand-up cop.
Yeah,
Question.
I mean,
She was like her character. I don't know. Literally made no sense to me.
By the way, you were
Why she
talking
was
about
even in the movie at all.
character development of everyone. I think they focused too much on the wrong characters. Because there's a character whose name is Huber. He's like the bad cop. He's working with we don't even actually know, but they're trying to get Frank Grillo's character, and he's working with them. And I just feel like the movie spent way too much time on him.
Like, they didn't know what to do with their characters, I feel like. And I don't know if it was supposed to be like that, but, like, I also have no idea who the main character was even supposed to be, because there would be segments of 20, 30 minutes where it was focused on somebody, and then the next segment would be focused on somebody completely different. And also they want you to think all of these people are good guys, and there's one bad guy who is just very obviously bad because he's a crazy person.
Yeah.
What made no sense to me was the girl who was throwing the FBI agents in the back of the car. I don't know if she was like a high up in the state, but like, what was the purpose of her?
I completely forgot
there was so
about
much,
that.
and like Huber, his whole thing, like his shtick, you know, that was never explained, I don't think. And then the FBI characters, like you're saying, like there's so many things in this movie they just threw in there just to make it.
No,
high
Huber,
octane.
he just gets phone calls and texts, and then he's just the bad guy from there.
And it's like,
Yeah.
where do
Bad
these
cop.
come from?
Right.
And it's like, who is this? Why is he doing this? But then there's the I don't even know what you'd call her. Is she like high up in the state? Is she the FBI
You
girl?
can refer to her as FBI lady.
All
Yeah.
right, so FBI lady. Every time she showed up, I was like, what purpose does she have?
Yeah, that was weird. Because, like, literally, I have no idea what the point of her was.
I don't know if we're missing some lore.
Okay.
No idea.
So I'm actually looking at it on IMDb. She's Detective Shear, but I don't remember them even saying her name.
So she's probably an
think they did.
FBI agent.
Yeah.
I gotta be honest, I don't know who we're talking about.
Okay.
Exactly.
Do you remember the
Bro,
end
she
of
was
the...
in,
the
she
issue.
was in like 2 scenes.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
both scenes were only like 1 minute.
She answered the phone and threw the FBI agents in the back of the car. And you were like, oh, she's a bad guy, you know? And then, in the last scene of the movie, she just shows up with a shotgun. Like, I'm going to kill
that
you.
lady?
Yes!
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's another problem. Is the end of this movie happens, and it's
Bro, they
it's
did not know
Alexis
how to end
Louder and Frank Grillo. Frank Grillo ends up being the bad guy after killing Anthony
Spoilers.
Lamb.
it.
And
People don't want to watch
they have a
that.
shootout, which is an exciting part of the movie. The entire police station's on fire, and as she's getting ready to end up killing Frank Grillo, she just comes out of nowhere, shoots her,
Yeah.
and then Gerard Butler's character, who we thought to be dead because he got shot,
Right.
and they didn't show it.
Right.
They didn't show him dying. He just comes out of nowhere and then kills her, and then kills Frank Grillo.
Bro, if they don't show a character dying in the movie, he's
They're
not dead.
never dead, especially in a movie like that.
See, but they did leave one of the cops. They shot him in the knees, and he wasn't dead. And I was like, maybe he's going to come back. And
Yeah.
then Frank Grillo came, or not Frank Grillo, Gerard Butler came out of nowhere at the end. And I was like, what? Okay. I was like, whatever.
Especially main character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And there was a lot of them.
yeah.
Actually, thinking about this movie now more, I think I liked it a lot less than I reviewed it as.
Thank you,
Looking
thank
back
you.
on this, I'm like, yeah, this wasn't a great movie, was it? We can go ahead and do our reviews for it if you want.
Well,
Praise.
first off, Logan, would you like to see this movie now after we've talked about it?
I think I've already seen it.
Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, yeah,
Hearing you
if
talk
you've
about
watched the
it.
trailer for this movie, you have seen this movie. I will say that much.
To be honest, I watched the trailer and didn't know what the trailer was about either. So it wasn't a good trailer.
Was EMT #1 a big role in this movie?
Are those the people that came in and then just got?
Because on the
got
off
shot.
to-
like
yeah,
when you
1
Google
second.
search the cast of the movie, usually the most important characters show up.
Logan, this is actually a great point you're bringing up because EMT #1 is above the detective who is in one of the final scenes of the
Thank
movie
you. Thank
that's gonna do the execution style killing of the protagonist. So
Probably because the EMTs literally had more screen time than
Yes.
the FBI lady.
But the thing is those EMTs were in one scene, right?
yes,
For about, spoilers, 20 seconds.
yeah,
So if you see an EMT when you're watching this movie, they've got
Just
about
know.
20 seconds left.
They're a main character.
I don't know.
Alright,
A lot of
so-
things didn't make sense.
I guess I'll go ahead and start. I didn't hate this movie. I thought it was fine. It's just a fun action movie. You know, if you go into it not expecting anything, I give it 3 stars on Letterboxd, and I think I'm gonna give it for our cheese meter. I'll give it a 55%.
All right, 55% from Alex. I think I'm going to talk about one of the reviews real quick I had on this, and I think that this goes for anyone who wants to watch this movie. The review said, "Dads are going to love the reruns of this movie on FX,"
I saw that.
Very true.
and
That made me laugh out loud.
that's very true. This is a dad movie.
Oh, yeah,
all the
it
way
is.
through. I actually texted my dad after the movie and told him I thought he would really like it specifically. But
There really is a movie though that you would walk home into your parents' house and walk in the kitchen, and in the living room your dad would be sitting on the couch watching it.
yes, absolutely. But I'm gonna go ahead and give this movie probably about a 53. I'm gonna go 53. So
I'm gonna go with a solid 24%.
Ooh. Okay.
My least favorite movie I have seen this year.
Really?
Yes.
wow. Oh, over Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yes.
Oh my
Over
God.
Addison Rae's, well, I guess. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Dang.
Especially Addison Rae was like 2 whole stars above this one.
Damn.
Wow.
Jesus.
Brayden?
Okay, I'm gonna go with 43. I'm sorry, Joe Carnahan. I thought the A-Team was better, man.
All right, so that gives it a cheese meter score of a 43.75%. That's our worst one yet, right? Actually, Addison.
43.75?
Was
Yeah.
Addison Rae lower than that?
Yeah,
it was
Yeah, it was like
38.
38.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so
Which, you
Two.
know, I haven't seen Addison Rae's movie, but I do think I'd like this movie more than Addison
I
Rae's.
am sure. Yeah, you would. 43.75. That's
It's only
that's
5
good.
points more, to be fair.
that's fair.
That's a fair score, I think.
You know what we probably should do is we should probably make a Letterboxd account of the podcast and put our movie ratings on there.
Yeah, with the
That'd be cool.
with the
Stars.
scores. That's the only way we're gonna remember them.
Yeah.
Follow us on the new PodRats podcast Letterboxd, babies.
Yes, we will make. Yeah, we'll link that in the description below. I don't know. We'll have to make it, but.
Yeah, that's a good idea, though.
Other than that, if you like the podcast, then go ahead and give us a like, subscribe, review,
Follow
rating.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're everywhere you can listen to podcasts.
Yeah. Follow the Twitters at _PodRats.
We will
And
give you a nice big hug for follows.
Yes.
a big hug this time.
A big hug
Hugs.
for follows.
Big
Hugs.
All right.
Maybe
Well.
some kisses.
You guys got anything else?
Nope. Thanks, guys.
All right. We'll see you next week. Bye bye.